Hello everyone, and this is Wings, and we're just going to go ahead and give you a little update about my life and things for general as far as everything that's going on and the future of myself, casting, streaming, and whatever. So, yesterday I got to start playing World of Tanks with Dorjan 24, and that's actually been one of the most fun games I've played in a while. Dota, it's not really fun unless you're just winning. Natural Selection 2 has become much more of a chore, especially with my team, per se. It's it gets to the point now where we're doing a wind up or wind down, and there's just all of this dribble, I like to call it, that I really just don't care about. Oh, I know what we did wrong. I know what we need to work on as a team. I don't really care to talk about it for the next 45 minutes after a game because people have been drinking the entire match and they're pretty much just ranting about nonsense that they should have fixed by not drinking in the first place. Natural Selection 2 aside, we are winning scrims. We're actually doing quite well, which is another point that I wonder why they continually talk about it. I mean, if we're doing astronomically terrible, then yes, I can see the point on going on a 45-minute rant, but we're doing just fine, especially since we don't play together much at all as a team. We play maybe once a week. They're trying to make it twice a week, whereas most other actual good NS2 teams are practicing every single night and have hundreds of hours of NS2 under their belt. Though I could care less about NS2 and playing it professionally right at this moment in time, so I probably won't end up putting in hundreds of hours unless it's with my team. But back to World of Tanks, I've started playing that more. We're going to be doing a Let's Play series with Dorjan 24, which you should probably tune into. It'll be at random times. I'll try to get a schedule up and talk with him about scheduling when things are supposed to happen and why. As we know, for the longest time, for months now, I've been doing the stream as I started at whatever time, and I'm streaming all day long. I feel like I've used that to become very complacent, and I'm not very effective as a caster, which is what I actually want to do, not just a Let's Play guy or a YouTube guy, someone that you're going to end up setting on the back shelf. I want to be a professional caster. That's the main point. And professional casters do not stream all day. They spend the most of the day looking at forums, reading Reddit, or whatever, or even playing the game. They're not casting except for 1 to 2 hours a day. So don't be surprised if you actually see schedule changes come up onto my Twitch and an actual schedule set up for my YouTube where I'll actually be active now, making a video archive and making new videos, hopefully, that I'll be posting up there. So that actually seems like it'll work wonders in the end. But until that time, we will see a schedule change probably sometime this week whenever I talk to people that know what they're doing with schedules and actually make set times whenever people can expect me to be on my channel. Talk about maybe one day, broadcasting to Riveting TV and making a show there, which would actually be great. Last night, whenever I was just streaming a Let's Play with Dorjan, I didn't even know until I looked down the stream and there's 30 people watching me learn this game that I'm not really good at, mind you. I'm terrible, but we're talking, we're having a great time, and there's an audience, and they're also talking, throwing their opinions in there. We actually successfully integrated that into the stream, where I didn't pause for an extended amount of time and make everything a little uncomfortable. We actually just let it flow naturally. I feel like I'm learning a lot from him on streaming and also how to develop my personality better. I do have a lot of times where I'm raging and I'm cursing, and this is not professional at all. So hopefully here within a couple of days, things will look a lot better. As you can see, I've actually started to shave, and I'll keep up a more professional appearance, and yeah, from there, only things can go up. I expect by the middle of next year to actually have a pretty significant viewer base, and actually have the ability to cover multiple games in whatever genre that I choose. Now, I won't ever be a World of Tanks caster. That is astronomically more difficult than any game that's out there to cast, but do expect that I will have a few shows each week showcasing different video games, mostly indie, maybe some EA games or Valve titles that have been successful at the time, but at the very least expect more of a diversity on my channel. Expect YouTube uploads, and I don't know what else, you know? I have never really given it a supreme serious thought of what someone has to do on a daily basis while they're going to college and juggling life in general and being a professional caster, but I'm sure that I'll find out soon enough. Today we will be casting for about an hour or two on AirMech, and tomorrow is whenever I'm going to do the Let's Play with the audience. And I think that'll be a lot better, where I have days where I'm doing certain things. So, you know, today I'll be doing the Wings of Spying on You, playing AirMech, hunting down random players, commentating their games to the best of my ability, learning the units in the game to where I can actually speak fluently without the pauses that make myself very uneasy at times. I'll also be learning how to integrate with the chat better instead of saying blah 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 blah, and just letting it flow out naturally, answering a question that is asked. The person will get their acknowledgement, but the entire stream won't have to worry about it. On the agenda for the rest of this week also, I'm ironing out everything to do with college, getting all of that in order so I can continue my education in chemistry. Hopefully that will provide fruitful, especially if I don't get very far with casting. I do hope that I get astronomically far compared to a lot of people that become complacent and only have a few hundred viewers. I want to get to the spot where I'm like Day 9, where I have tens of thousands of people watching, wanting to actually know what I have to say, and where I have the ability to keep them updated on all games, coverages, metas, strategies, every little thing to do with whatever game that I choose to stream, which makes it very difficult also to choose what you want to stream. I'm a very selective gamer compared to most. I don't hop around to every single little video game that comes on. I sit back and I wait. I read every single review that I possibly can, and if someone can make it interesting to me, then I'll take an interest in it. And then if I like it, I'll do my best to make it interesting to other people. Last night for AirMech was Monday Night Mechanics, which was actually very good. For the part that I actually got to see, I missed over half of it, mainly because of my NS2 team leader ranting about being drunk, because he was drunk. That made me very upset. I kept trying to mute the conversation, but I figured maybe they're going to ask me about something, maybe not. I honestly, I have no idea why I stayed and listened to what I considered, you know, something that didn't really matter to me. What matters to me is hearing about game mechanics and everything else that seems very interesting at the time with AirMech instead of a team strat for Natural Selection 2. There might have been a time 4 years ago whenever I was interested in hearing a new team strat for 45 minutes to a couple hours, but these days, I don't know. I just don't care. Really don't have much more to say besides, you know, changes will be happening. I'll inform everyone of the changes to the best of my ability and actually make a good layout on Twitch, post to forums where people can actually know what's going on, possibly start a Reddit thread, see if that attracts more attention. I'm not desperate to have more viewers, but I am desperate to have AirMech being pushed out there to the right audience so it will actually be appreciated by people. But until that time, this is Wings.